Oh my goodness, my goodness, my goodness, guys, we are back. This is real RE Geeks. I always want to say real estate geeks, but it's RE Geeks. This is the podcast where you learn everything about tech and real estate, all bundled up together in one little great package. Tonight, to never, who knows where it is when you're going to listen to this, but I want you guys to take this into mind. We're going to be talking about the smartest $20 AI tools to create content and scale your real estate business. Guys, this is 2026. We have got to be ahead of the curve. You got to be ahead of your competitors. Michael's going to be dropping some serious hammer in regards to what you can do with $20. Now, why is $20 important? Because it's literally the cost of going to a fast food place for one person to get one meal. So that's lunch, right? Or you can go and get 2 coffees at your favorite coffee shop, probably more than $20. Michael's going to lay it down. He can use $20 and use it for the whole month and make a lot more money. So, Michael, walk me through this. Welcome to the show, you handsome man.
Hey, Greg, how are you? I was looking around. I don't have my hat.
Oh, no.
Lost my hat. My excitement's gone.
It's okay.
As I get older, I'm always worried about the receding hairline, so I feel like a hat at least covers that. And, Greg, you obviously haven't been out for a burger recently. I went to the guys. Won't mention their name, but the guys.
Yeah, those guys.
Those guys. And I ordered, and this was a shock to me because I haven't gone out for a burger in a long time. Ordered a burger, fries, and a iced tea.
$23.
$27.
Ugh. And
I'm like, are you serious right now? So what I did to make sure I got my money's worth is I went out to the car and I grabbed a 1-gallon Ziploc bag and I took some peanuts.
The peanuts.
Not that I could get to $27, but I took some peanuts. So, Greg, we're going to talk about some exciting stuff today. And I think what we've been trying to do as, content creators is we've been trying to provide more value to the user. Or to the viewer. And so we're going to start today by talking about that $20 number. And if you had $20, what would you spend it on? Greg, what are you spending your $20 on?
Me, currently, I'm doing ChatGPT.
Okay.
So that's where my $20 is going right now for AI.
Okay. So the reason we chose $20 here, guys, is almost everybody that's out there now has a package that you can buy into that's about $20. Spend the money and invest in one of them. And I'm going to tell you where I would go. You can go to ChatGPT, $20 a month. You can go to Grok. You can go to Perplexity. You can go to Gemini. You can go to Claude. I am spending my $20, Greg, on Gemini. I'm going to put my money into Google's platform because it's going to help me and my business. Okay, as a real estate agent, I feel like having access to Gemini in all of the tools that I already use. So most of us have some sort of email platform that we're either using Gmail or Google Workspace. It ties directly into that, but it also gives you full access to Notebook LM and all of the features in there. And it's just an endless collection of things that you can do in one place. Now, my second choice, I'm on a Mac, so this makes sense, is I invest in Claude because I like Claude Code, I like Claude Cowork, and I am using a Mac so I can use Cowork in their app and create agents to build things for me and tools to absorb and process data. But my day-to-day application that I jump into is Gemini, and I'm going to encourage you, Greg, to consider moving your money, because I know you use Google as your primary platform. I'm going to have you consider moving your money to Gemini.
No, I haven't really thought about it. I mean, I mess around with it a little bit. I see it right now in my browser up here on the right-hand side. I use the Mac as well. So, I've played with it. I don't really use it. So tell me the differences, Michael, for $20 chat versus Gemini. Why would you switch the money?
So I think the big one is having access to Google LM, which a lot of people get to Google LM. They show up at this screen and they're like, what do I do now? And most of us are used to this TikTok generation where we want some instant results. We want it to give us something. That's the beautiful part about chat is it basically has the what do you want to do today mentality.
Right.
Good to see you, Michael. Ask me anything. Okay. And don't use this as Google, guys. This is not your tool for finding stuff. This is a tool for getting stuff done. Okay. So going back to Notebook, though, same basic thing. If you hit create new, it gives you a starting point. Okay. You can search the web for resources, and resources in Google LM are sources of data. And what I like about this is your sources of data can be websites as well as data that you have on your computer. And we're going to talk specifics here. But before I do that, Greg, the other stuff I really like about this is you can work with audio. You can do easy mind mapping.
Yep.
You want to create a mind map, and all of this is right in front of you. If you're working with your kids, create flashcards. Do it to help you memorize stuff for the new, real estate test. You can edit video, pictures. You can create quizzes, slides. There is so much that you can do inherent to Google Gemini and LM that to me, it's worth the $20. Now, Greg, should we dive right into how people can prompt this?
Yeah, I want to, but I also want to talk about, Notebook LM very quickly. I mean, they have one of my favorite things are slide decks. They have infographics. They can take all of that. They also have a video. So you can upload all these different sources. It's pretty much unlimited on how much you can upload there. So you can get copy and paste text. You can do upload docs from your computer. You can go to websites. You can go to YouTube videos. As long as they're not copyrighted, I mean, they'll yank in the content for you. Then they'll put everything together like you're making a recipe to make a cake, and then it just spits it back out. The mind map is phenomenal if you're going to do a presentation or if you're going to, showcase something to a client or anything like that. It's a very easy, intuitive way. Plus, in the mind map, when you click on it, once you click out the tabs, you can click on the last tab and it will break it down where the source came from. So you can go back to the original source. So it's not you making it up. That's what I love about that. So let's talk about prompts and how to get the best results.
Okay. And Greg, the purpose of the prompts here today, guys, is we're actually going to give you some value out of this because I get asked over and over, okay, you get it. You're technical. You understand what to do, but I don't get it. And Greg knows I'm pretty technical and he's less technical. He's getting way better, guys.
I'm getting
way better. It used to be a challenge having these conversations with Greg, but it's definitely in the last year he has accelerated. And I'm going to attribute some of that to AI. And I know that Greg knows this, and I'm going to talk about, a little bit. If you go into something like Gemini and you, you prompt it, you can actually prompt it to create training, right?
Well, when you say prompt to create training, so let's say
create me a training on how to use Gemini.
That's a good one.
Okay, I could have put anything in there.
Right, but this is baseline information. I mean, that's a great first start, right? Then you can learn how to do prompts and everything else. But this is a great baseline. So walk me through this.
Okay, so I put in the simplest of prompts, guys. I'm not trying to make this complex. Create me a training on how to use Gemini. Okay, it talks about the prompting power formula, Gemini across the ecosystem. How are you going to use this? Excuse me, guys. Summarize a long PDF. It's right in here. Deep research, Canvas, connected apps. Then you could talk about advanced capabilities. What's come out in 2026? Okay. Custom experts you can create. So you can build a custom expert that knows about real estate law in your marketplace as well as real estate in general. Okay. And you can teach that by prompting and working with it, creating a mentor. You can create scheduled actions this year, multimodal uploads. You can upload screen recordings of a bug, a spreadsheet of data, and a PDF manual at the same time. And Gemini will analyze all three and find you a solution. You couldn't do this in 2025 or before. Best practices in safety. And then it's going to give you some tasks. Okay. To get a feel for the features, try this prompt now. act as a productivity coach. Look at my Google Calendar for the next 3 days. Here's the beautiful part. If you're using Gemini, you can integrate with your calendar, with your email, with your Google Drive, and have access to all of these things.
What about maps?
You can get, excuse me, some access to the map data. If you are working with APIs, there's better ways to do it. But you definitely have that option. Again, creating, a map, for example, of stops for between 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 houses. There are better tools out there to do it.
Gotcha.
I'm going to set a prompt since we're already talking about this. I have been using, I can't type today, Route XL for a while. And Greg, if you haven't checked this out,
I have not.
It is a great subscription product, but you're also able to put in up to 10 addresses for free. And it will map you. You tell it where you're going to start, tell it where you're going to end, and it will give you the best route between those properties.
Yeah, well, can't you do that for free just by using Google Maps and just adding stops?
Yes, you can. The difference is here you can paste that in from the MLS. So I just paste the addresses in off the MLS, and I can do it really quickly. It does give you turn-by-turn directions. What I like about it is if I'm doing like a buyer tour in Cloud CMA or one of the other CMA packages, I will put their map on the front page so that I have a way to show where we're going as they're doing this tour. And let me see if I can.
Interesting.
Yeah. So there's a lot of things that you can add in there. Let me real quick just grab I'm going to do a quick in the background here. And I love the way it really gives you a picture. So I'm grabbing a set of addresses here. Okay. I'm going to import these addresses. Now I just pulled these off the MLS. This is a sample tour. I click import. It's going to go out and find this. This is one of the other things that I like about it is it takes a couple seconds, but it's going to go out and it's going to plot those addresses. I did not have to include the city. I didn't have to include the state. It was able to find them based on my general area, and then away it goes.
But then it also uses your geolocation as your starting point.
No. So I could add my address in there. In this case, you could pick one to start at. So for me, when I'm doing a tour, I normally start at the property that is least desirable to me based on our preferences or closest to the client. I don't focus on just me. I build this from a client's perspective. You can click on any of these and you could say start here. Okay, so this gives you a starting point, and then you will remap. It's going to give you a path to get through those properties. Now, at the end, you could do the find route, and away you go. Okay, it will go through, and then I'll show you what I print. So this isn't what we were really here to talk about, but I think this is a great tool. And as we talk about how are we going to use these tools as we go through, this is another one of those tools. Doesn't use AI, but it's super powerful. And for up to either 10 or 20 addresses, it's free. Otherwise, it's $20 a month.
Yeah, but is that 10 or 20 per search or 10 or 20 a month?
10 or 20 per search.
Oh my God. If you show over 7 houses in at one time, you're already doing it wrong. So this is well worth the investigation, guys. Back in the day when I started 26 years ago, I used not Notebook LM. I used Thomas Brothers, and that was I had to, go photocopy it, highlight it, figure it out. This is amazing.
All right. So what we're going to do now, Greg, is we're going to talk about how to get your advantage out of Notebook LM. And I know we've talked about Notebook LM before, and we've talked about it. I'm actually going to go through it this time, and we are going to share with you in a link down below the prompt you want. Okay. And this is the data that I'm working from. Okay. I'm going to start here. I'm going to highlight these: Zillow, Redfin, Realtor.com, Homes.com, Home Values, Thumbtack, which is a source for finding people to do work for you, RepairPricer.com, which will give you a way to find about what something should cost. And the quickfix.com, put anything else in there that you want that is non-subscription based, because this is not an agent. It can't log in for you. You could create this as an agent and have it log in. But in this case, I'm going to just share those. I'm going to go back to my prompt. I am going to add a source. First thing I'm going to add is websites. Okay, I'm going to paste those in there. These are the ones that I told you. I'm going to click insert, and it's going to have all these sources over here. Okay, really quick, really painless way to get that in there. Okay, the next thing that I am going to do is I am going to some disclosures from a recent property. Give me 1 second here.
Where are you typing that? I can't see that.
I'm sorry?
I can't see what you're typing.
I clicked on add sources here in the top left-hand corner.
Gotcha.
Okay, I'm going to click upload files.
Gotcha.
I'm going to go in here. Let me just go to a property that I just sold here. I'm going to click open, and it's going to add those documents.
Okay.
Okay.
All of those docs?
All of those docs.
Now, is there any limit to how many docs you can upload or websites you can upload for Notebook to analyze?
And here's the beauty. I think there is actually, I think it's 10,000. But when you add sources, you'll also notice that you can add YouTube websites. So you could add videos. You could add anything that's in your Google Drive. So if you have a folder in your Google Drive that's full of stuff, you have the ability to put that in here without any problem.
And there's no file too big, or is there a file that's too big?
I have not run into something that's too big yet.
Okay, so I had a friend of mine who I was telling her about this. She'd never heard about Notebook, and she took a massive file and tried to use Notebook, and it was just like, meh, too big. So
it could be that case, but you could always separate it out into different documents, even if it's a PDF, and do it that way.
Break it into smaller chunks to bite on. Okay, understood.
And you do have a limit, it looks like, Greg, here of 300. So I'm uploading 26 right now. It's going to say 300, but that might just be to upload with Google Drive. I know I have folders that are more than that.
But couldn't you go to Chat or Grok or any of the AI sources and say, hey, look, I need 300 sources on this topic, specifically about blah, 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 yakety schmack. I need, text. I need YouTube videos. I need website links, all that are available to be analyzed or that are non-whatever. I mean, as long as it's, not copywritten, you could upload them. Just put that in a prompt. Hey, write me a prompt. I need to get 300 resources. I need them evenly divided between YouTube videos, websites, and copied text on said subject. Go. Yep. And they can rip all that out, give you that list, upload that list or those different sources up over into Notebook, and off to the races you go. Is that accurate?
Yeah. So what I've done now is, this is kind of what you're asking. Give me the 10 best websites to help me estimate what home repairs are going to cost me. I have deep research on, let's just say answer now, so we don't wade through that.
Yeah.
Okay. Home Advisor, Home Guide, Bigger Pockets, and you could go find these websites, and
because they come with a little tab at the bottom of each one of those.
Yep.
With a link back to the original source, guys.
Yep. And then just copy the link, go back into your Notebook, add a source.
Web. Copy paste, bing, boom, done.
And I am going to get rid of all the extension that says I came from chat and click insert. Okay, and it will go do that. Now, you'll notice that there's checkboxes here. As it uploads stuff, it's going to come into your sources, and you will be good to go. Okay, so now anything in red, it's giving a little bit of difficulty finding it. So we'll just not worry about that right now. We'll go through this. Okay, so we talked about the prompt you want. And I'm jumping back here. All right, Greg, I'm going to try to make this a little bit bigger.
Okay, doke.
And what I have done is created a prompt that will help you through this. Okay. I normally don't like to read to you, so I'm going to summarize this, but I want to start with the important part. You are an experienced California residential real estate advisor. I'm in California reviewing seller disclosures and inspection documents for a prospective buyer. Please provide me the following. Give me a summary. Give me necessary repairs. Give me nice to have repairs. Give me any red flags. Give me a cost summary on what it's going to take to repair this, market value of the home over the last 90 days based on trends, and an overall rating. I actually keep this prompt in a notebook so I don't have to rewrite this every time.
Oh, God, yeah.
I copy it. I paste it. Let me make sure everything is there. I start typing. I paste in my prompt. Okay, I'm going to go down and I am now going to hit go. Clicks through and you have it looking for answers to these questions. Now, this does take a few minutes. I would encourage you to put on the extended feature so that it does a deep dive into what you're doing, but this gives you a very fast way to come up with an example. Now, this house was in pretty good shape. It's not part of an HOA. I absolutely love this for evaluating HOA because I always ask the question about the HOA. Is this HOA financially stable? Do they have reserves? Okay, sometimes that's harder to find. All right, so this is going through. Come back. Okay, here's a review of the disclosures. Okay, my summary: 5-bedroom, 3-bath home built in 1977. Okay. While the home presents well visually, the inspections reveal that the flip style renovation did not address several underlying systemic issues. Okay. So now necessary repairs. There's a termite infestation. Okay, great. Estimated costs coming out of those reports. And you'll notice they are telling you where it comes from. Okay. Came from here. There are active plumbing leaks. Okay. Comes from here. Contact a licensed plumber. Furnace safety hazards, garage firewall breach, fungus and dry rot damage, roof maintenance. There were a lot of problems with this.
So basically what you're telling me, instead of having to go back and read every single line of every single disclosure and report, you plug everything in, it breaks it down with this prompt. So then you can take this, save it for yourself, send it to your client. They can review it, go back to the link so they can verify it.
But wait. Stop, Greg, because I'm going to help you do this better.
Oh, well, then show me.
Okay, so here we go. So we've got our unpermitted. Then we have incomplete inspections. Okay, market value over the last 9 days. Realist property value confidence score tells you how confident it is. And then what's the overall rating? In this case, 6 out of 10. Okay, so this is a lot of stuff, right? Now, give me an executive summary. Give me a 1-page executive summary that I can share with my client. Okay, because I don't necessarily want all of that stuff, right? I sometimes you get too lost in the weeds. And one of the things that I've realized with chat over time is sometimes it makes a big deal over something that's not really a big deal.
Well, that's because you have to train it. Like
you have to train it. But you have to train it with each subset of data. So it's challenging. And the other thing I've found is if you have a situation where something was reported and then fixed, it doesn't always catch the fix. So this is your executive summary. You can copy and paste this into an email and send it over. And this is what I do for people, right? I put this in here and I get them the information they need. Okay, and this is a 1-page document that you can send over really early in the game. Okay, super fast, super easy, super quick. Now, because I know Greg likes me going in deeper and deeper. There are other ways to do this prompt. Okay. And we're going to share this with you. We're not going to run through it because it does take a bit of time to run, but I also created a longer prompt. Okay. And this tells it really what you need to do. Okay. Review the seller disclosures, TDS, SPQ, AVID. Review the construction, the maintenance, and common housing issues in the area. Review residential repair costs and risk assessment, local market pricing, and list of sale trends. We are relatively near to the Santa Cruz Mountains. Liquefaction, where the ground cannot absorb any more water, is extremely common. These reports come with a good way to point that out to people without making it sound like drama. Task: carefully review all the documents and sources. Okay. And here are the output requirements specific: a summary assessment, the necessary repairs, list anything that's safety related, code related, or requires lenders, insurers, or inspectors. Okay.
Okay, so what you're saying, it can really get nitty gritty and it's easy to do. And so, but this doesn't cost us $20. Right? This is free.
This is free for now. But if you tie it into Gemini, you have everything in one place. So you can copy this out. Now, let's say that you want to know about, liquefaction while you're doing this. You can come in here in Gemini real quick, and you could do this in Notebook LM as well, but it isn't as fast as going into Gemini. Okay, so this just gives you a quick, easy way to do this. And again, you could ask for a one-page summary that I could share with real estate client, and away it goes.
Well, I mean, you can take all this content and you can then put it onto into your own email or onto a Word doc with your letterhead on it. And you can use this in listing presentations. Like, hey, this is some of the content I brought to my seller or my buyer's, awareness in my last transaction. This is the same thing I'm going to do for you. With the different sources that my team and I went out and, we researched, so on and so forth. It allows you to look, heads above the other competition that's going on that listing appointment or trying to work with that buyer that came through that multi-million-dollar listing or just a high-end property, or it doesn't matter where it came through. But it's just heads and tails above anybody else. You could take your marketing, what you do for marketing and kind of how your team operates and the history, and you can condense it down. Really go deep on all of that. So, I mean, this is a very, very powerful tool, especially I love the infographic personally aspect of this.
Yeah. I've never even tried to create an infographic out of one of these. I probably should.
Try it right now while we're talking. It's super freaking fun. So guys, look at that. It's one click and it's already working. Then Michael, just for giggles, do slide deck and then do video overview or something like that, and then the mind map. Mind map and slide deck. It's not going to slow us down at all. Slide deck. There you go. There we go. Those are my three favorites right there. The reason why it's visual and then it's video. So that, let's say, I'm a big video guy, if you guys couldn't tell. So if I'm driving down the road and Michael, my real estate agent, hits me up and says, hey, man, take a listen to this as you're driving home from your commute. Just hit the play button. Now I can listen to the entire list.
So here's our mind map, and obviously it gets really small really quick, but you can just click your way through this mind map just like you normally would. Here's the roof inspection, your NHD, your property inspection. You can just click on them and get deeper and deeper.
But then click on that last link, the last green one, Mike. Anyone. But then see how it pulls up sources and where it came from. So you can understand what they meant by that. That's the really cool thing. I freaking love that.
The other nice thing about this, I just dropped out here. These are all saved. So everything that you're doing here, you just click on it and it still goes. So we did my map there. It's now still generating a slide deck and an infographic. And all of these tools are things that you can use in different ways. So if you're sitting down with somebody, sometimes it's good to go through your mind map with a client directly. Say, look, this might be an easier way for you to view what's going on, especially when it's somebody that's dealing with a flip.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. It really gets in deep. Now, as we go through here, who knows what we created here?
Well, the thing is that everybody is going to have their own way of kind of communicating with clients, right?
Yep.
And so for me, it's going to be I love the slide deck. It's very visual, very easy. I love the infographics. It's very visual and easy to understand. Mind map is intuitive because they can pick and choose on that thing like a hen eating grass or bugs.
Yeah.
They pick what they want to eat and they keep going, moving forward. And I mean, it is honestly one of the best things I've ever come across.
I was hoping it would pop up that slide deck. I actually really care. I really like the infographic. It's very relevant. It's not necessarily relevant or germane to what we're talking about, but it does, include the address.
It's just something visual. That's all.
Yeah. And it's fun.
Yeah.
It's fun and painless.
And again, guys, you put this into your listing presentation, you can show people how you can create this type of content. And if they have kids, bring them give them a couple infographics, full color, and let the kids enjoy having some fun with mom and dad.
Yep.
And everybody feels a part of it, and the parents are going to love you because now their kids feel important, and now you're part of the family, so on and so forth. We're not manipulating anybody. It's just, it's just fun. I'm trying to find this report as you're talking. I usually use a thing called cost versus value.
Yeah.
I'm trying to figure out who the parent company on this is. I can't find it right now. But basically what you can do, I'll find it and I'll send it over to Michael, but you can go in and go to your region of the country and you can select it. And then it'll give you an option of like, hey, what's the best use of dollars for a homeowner to put repairs in? And number one is going to be your garage door. Number two is going to be your front door. And number three is going to be your front facade, like the rocks in front of the house on the house, which I thought that was a really weird one. But garage door and front door, number one, best returns, like you get over 100% generally. And then it gives you low, medium, and high in regards to upgrades. And how much, if you put let's say you put 10,000 in, are you going to get 10,000 back or are you going to get 6,000 back on average? So it really kind of opens the eyes of the consumers that you work with, especially for buyers. They're like, oh my God, I want to do this, and this. I'm like, okay, how long do you plan on staying here? Well, X, Y, and Z time frame. Okay, well, here's the average numbers for this year and last year.
Greg, I made some flashcards.
Look at you making flashcards.
According to the statewide buyer and seller advisory, who guarantees the physical condition of the land and improvements being purchased?
The seller does. It's the same condition as it was the day the contract was signed. If it's not, then they have to pay for that. Physical condition is not guaranteed by the seller or broker. It's not guaranteed. Nothing's guaranteed except for death and taxes.
Right.
But it is in the contract. You have to provide the property in the same physical, condition that it was at the day of this of mutual agreement.
Yep. So anyway, I thought that was kind of fun that you can build those real quickly.
Super fast. All right. What are some other
generating our slide decks
on?
I'm sorry, what?
What are some other products you can spend $20 on? Let's go over those really quickly in our remaining minutes.
So I think the other one, obviously, everybody knows about ChatGPT. It's a great investment with, for $20, you get a lot of options that you wouldn't necessarily benefit from. You can also go into my favorite, which is Claude. Mm-hmm. Claude has both an annual and a monthly option. It's actually a little less. You can't get a cup of coffee with the difference, but you'll have full access to Claude, all of the savings. If you're on a Mac, you get access to Cowork. A lot of options for you.
What is Cowork?
Cowork is a tool that will help you build agents without having to know how to code. In order to use Claude Code, which is one of the favorite coding tools out there right now, you have to have some command line, and you've really got to understand the structure of what you're doing. With Claude, with Cowork, you're able to go in there and in real words define what you want to get out of an application. Now, it's not as simple as just plugging in 4 or 5 sentences. You are going to have to do a little bit more work. You've got to go through it, and you're going to do it systematically. Help me create this to create this to create this, right? So there are steps that you will take, but once you get that, you don't have to know how to code. You just use AI, and it's super, super powerful. Grok is another big one out there. I'm not sure. I haven't looked at the Grok pricing in a while, but I'm sure they have a similar package. Looks like $30 a month is their main consumer option, up to $300 a year if you are super Grok heavy. Perplexity is another really good one. If you use an iPhone, their app has become exceedingly complex as far as what it can do, and very easy to use. They do have $20 a month for them, and that kind of is becoming the price, or $200 a year. Now, what I think everyone should do, because it's easy for Greg and I to sit here and say, Greg, go spend $20.
Right.
Pick one. Try every one. Almost every one of these has a free plan. Use that free plan and try to get the most out of it. Google LM right now is free with your Google account. If you have a Google account, log in. Doesn't matter if it's Workspace, doesn't matter if it's Gmail. Go try it out. Play with it. Use it on your next deal. ChatGPT has a free version. What changes is you don't get access to some of the agents, and it's slightly slower, but for most of you, it's going to be 95% of what you do.
You know, excuse me. But I mean, I agree with you on that one. I mean, did Notebook change a little bit? Because OpenAI, ChatGPT, I think it changed because I can't find the agent mode on this anymore. Did that go away? Do you know?
I don't think it did.
Research. But I mean, again, guys, if you're confused on the whole prompt thing, you can literally type into ChatGPT, Claude, Grok. I mean, you pick your poison, right? And then at that point, you can say, "Hey, I need some help. I need you to write me a master prompt on said subject. Talk to me in this tone, like as a researcher, as a real estate agent, as a buyer, as a seller, as a homeowner, as a neighbor, whatever. And I need this specific information." And it will go and it will create a master prompt. You copy and paste the prompt, and you just let it run. And all of a sudden, you got something custom built, and then you can refine it as many times as you want to. So if you don't like the first time, you have to do it again and again and again and again. And it's like working out. You keep going until you get the results that you want.
Yeah.
Very simple.
All right. Want to talk about a couple of others while we've got a minute here left.
Let's go.
Don't forget about Microsoft Copilot. If you are working in a Microsoft environment, you already have Microsoft Office, and that's what you're using on a day in, day out basis with Outlook, go check out Copilot. It's a great platform. I would put it in my top 3. I'm going to talk about Canva as a top platform. While this is not a true AI model like Chat and Claude, if you are not subscribed to Canva right now and you are building flyers and documents and stuff like that, go out and subscribe to Canva. Try it for a month. Integrate it with your AI platform because it does support AI. You're going to be absolutely amazed at what you can do now. You can create videos. You can create business cards, flyers, all this stuff. Really, really powerful tool. And what I like about Canva is the ability to share with other people. So if you're working with a designer or somebody that you need to access your digital documents, it's very easy to share. A couple of other things that I spend money on, and Greg, you know this, I type a lot of emails. Grammarly has a free version, grammarly.com. scalable.com, I think is what it is. They are one of the best tools for making sure you don't look like an idiot when you're typing.
Grammarly is huge.
Okay.
I love that thing.
If you are not doing video now, it is time to wake up and start doing video. I know Greg's been playing around with some new tools, but the winner for me still today is CapCut. And if you have not tried CapCut, you're missing the boat. If you're not doing video, you're missing the boat. I had a conversation with my wife the other day who's thinking about getting a real estate license. And she said to me, I said, you got to start doing video, hon. You got to get this going. And no, Greg, not that kind of video.
Stupid.
And she said to me, I don't like the way I look on camera.
Or how she sounds, right?
Or how she sounds.
Yeah, get over it.
Thank you. That is my answer. If you are thinking to yourself, well, I don't look good on video, nobody cares what you look like.
No. Well, Michael, let me ask you a question.
Yep.
Do you have a family?
Have a what?
Do you have a family?
Yes.
Do you have friends?
I got you.
Shut up. Do you have friends?
Yeah. I mean, everybody has
okay. Do
friends.
You have clients?
Yep.
Have any of them run away with their ears bleeding and them going blind after seeing you or hearing you?
Well, I had a client cry the other day, but other than that, no, we're good.
You know where I'm going with this.
I know where you're going.
Everybody already knows what you look like and what you sound like. Now, when I first got on camera and a mic, I think one of my first times was shooting with Michael actually down in one of our old offices in the green room, and I saw the video, and I'm like, that's what I look like. That is what I sound like. I'm like, that is atrocious. Oh my gosh! But then you know what? Nobody cares as long as you bring value to them. They don't care. And so it comes to bring value. Hold on. So I brought up CapCut really quickly. So guys, look at this. This is all free. They have all these templates that you can just click on, and it will create a video using the template that you want. Now there's a pro version, there's the free version, but the list goes on and on and on and on and on. You don't have to be a video editor anymore. You just find the template that you like, and you can just start creating something. So let's look at look at this chick here. We'll see what she's gonna do. So that's not really doing a good. See how it's now fading into another image? It turned her into a doll. And that's just a silly example of what CapCut can do at basically zero cost.
Yep. So
I do it all the time.
I'm going to pull up some of the videos that Greg did in the green room.
Oh my God, don't do that.
And we'll play one or two of those on here. Maybe we'll do a CapCut. Greg used to be the skinny, quirky little guy that I remember working with.
Did you call me fat just now?
You're not fat. You filled out well. It looks better on you. You were gaunt for a while.
Yeah.
All right. Next one is Midjourney. I'm a little less excited about Midjourney today than I used to be. I think some of the other chat engines have caught up with Midjourney, but it's a fantastic and amazing tool to explore the free version. I'm not sure that I would pay for it, but the free version is absolutely amazing, and you can see what other people are doing. And then DeepL is a
wait, what's the next one called? DeepL?
DeepL. It is a
DEP
tool that if you're writing longer documents or you're using multiple languages, this is the best consumer translation tool out there. And what I use it for is it makes it sound more natural. So I think one of the things that you do, and I write books, so I create my book, build the book, and then I want to put it into a podcast or a audiobook. I run it through DeepL because I want the ability to make it sound smooth when I then drop it into another tool that reads the book for me. I want it to sound natural. And I got to tell you, and we should talk about this at some point, Greg, there are a lot of tools out there right now, and names are escaping me as I go to think about it, where you can record your voice.
Oh, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
And dump in. So when I create an audiobook, I read my own audiobooks. I read them.
What is the name of that stupid? I know which one you're talking about.
It just totally escaped me. So anyway, that's how we do it. And it comes out in my voice.
That's so crazy.
You know, DeepL gives you the flexibility of translating into other languages as well. So one of the things it's given me the ability to do is take something in English and translate it to pretty much any other language that I want. And because it has the AI built in, it doesn't make me sound ignorant about the language. It's true to form. Now, it does get expensive as you go into the whole multilingual thing. You can start out as low as $9 a month. It goes up from there. So
there's a free version, and it's $874, then $28.74, then $57.95, 49. I don't know what they come up with.
Greg, I don't know. Their pricing is so bizarre, but I will say at $874, if you're doing books, it's not enough. It's a 300,000 character limit per month.
300,000,
yeah, and it's a little bit of a struggle when you go up to in the $60 range a month. It's pretty much unlimited. So I do jump around quite a bit. I don't do their annual. So I am paying $68 a month in the month that I'm using it, and $10 just to hold my account where it is. So it works out pretty well. I jump back and forth because I'm cheap. All right, Greg, we're at 47 minutes. I know we said we were going to stop at 30. Bam, but this was exciting.
It was, and I want to show you something really quickly.
Ooh.
How do I share my freaking screen on this thing?
There it is. I can drop mine.
So this is.
There you go.
So I went when we were talking about Copilot, and I typed in a very simple prompt that said, "Create an image of a male real estate agent making cold calls, having a great time with friends." And so this generated, I mean, obviously an extremely simple prompt, right? No definition. And this is what it popped up as. Then you can just simply hit, download, Copilot, save. Now I can use that as a thumbnail. You can use it on YouTube or Facebook or anything else like that, which I think is amazing. And I did it in a fraction of a second. Yeah. Why did we not pop back up on the screen?
Oh, who knows? There you are.
Oh, there we are. But that's just one example, guys. And I just went after that thing like a tyrant. But the whole DeepL, what my thought pattern was, if you wanted to work an international market, let's say you had a Asian or Filipino or was same difference, maybe a Hispanic or Norwegian, whatever, and you can translate the docs so they can read them and understand them. I mean, that could be a great way to do it. Michael, would you agree or not?
I would definitely agree, although it's harder. I will say that when I am dealing with somebody via email, and I know Spanish is their first language, I go in there, I translate it into Spanish, and I copy and paste it, and I put both the Spanish and the English in the emails because I can't read the Spanish.
Right.
And that most of my clients have found it much easier. Now, the only important thing to remember here, and you've got to kind of make sure that you articulate this throughout, is that the contract is still in English. So they're going to have to be, you want to present it in English as much as possible.
Talk with your corporate attorneys and your broker about that, guys. Best way to move forward legally.
Yep.
For different languages being spoken when doing transactions in your said state, county, or city.
Yep.
All right, Michael, final thoughts, and we'll get the heck out of here.
My final thoughts is you're a crazy man. I am going to find me some history. I don't throw anything away, so I've got it archived somewhere. And we are going to see Greg and the green screen. Guys, hopefully by the next show.
Just brace yourself for impact. It is rough. But by the way, Michael and I, we won an award that year through our old brokerage. I got the Video of the Year award. And purely because nobody else was doing it. And Michael's, I looked at each other at the award show. We're like, Really? That got the best video? Oh, okay.
Yeah.
But here's the point of the story. All the information that we've given you today, and we're going to give you down the road with more shows and episodes and information and links and sites and AIs and all that stuff, all the tech stuff. 90% of the people that are around you hear about it, but they don't put it into action. Yeah. If you put 1% of what Michael and I talk about, and we throw a lot of stuff at the wall, you pick out one thing and you go deep on it, that's going to benefit your business, you will balloon up and you will be more visible and more relevant to the consumers, and you'll surpass your clientele. So, I mean, you're not your clientele, but your competitors. So take it, put it into action. Do not just listen to us. Use it.
And guys, I'm going to add in there, if there's something you want to see, send an email to Michael or Greg at regeeks.com and we'll get it in there. If there's something you liked or did not like, send us some information. We're putting this stuff out there. We want to know what you want and we want to know what you think. And on that, like, subscribe. All of those things help.
We can't do it without you. But until next time, stay cool, stay awesome, make some money, put something into your business. We'll see you on the next one. Boom. Peace. Love you guys.
Thanks, Greg.
Thanks, Michael.